Hello all, and you're cruising with the Sea Dog again. Oh yeah. Anyway, yesterday posted a little week review of wrestling. I keep forgetting the name of this little thing. Anywho, I kind of went hard on NWA and Ring of Honor, and on the recorder camera really cut off before I could finish. I didn't get a chance to give any praise. First off, NWA, I still haven't seen the relaunch of NWA. I'm gonna wait till Tuesday to where I can watch 2 episodes in a row. As for Ring of Honor, I was kind of first. I knocked the hell out of the pure title match. But let me go over some other matches real quick. First off, there's a cinematic match between Taven and Vincent. That, in my opinion, other than the weak double arm clothesline that knocked, spoiler alert, that knocked Taven and Vincent off the balcony, that was the best cinematic match I've ever seen. And I'll tell you why. I don't even know if I'd call it cinematic. It was like what cinematic matches when they first started should have been. It was pretty much like, here's a wrestler, he brought some cameramen. Some cameramen already were there waiting because everyone knew where the fight was going to be. There was no music. It was just, different names for what kind of match it was, like reality TV. But in reality TV, they put music and stuff to it. So then I was like, oh, it's like found footage. Which, in a way, except for no one found it. It was sent in, though, and edited because of multiple cameramen. But that's what I've been wanting from cinematic matches. I mean, unless you're going to go all out crazy like Cena and Bray Wyatt, which I do kind of wonder if The Fiend versus Randy Orton will be cinematic. Anywho. Turn to Obama. So let's touch on these other matches. EC3 versus Jay Briscoe. That one was kind of slow. It was good, but like I was gonna say before we got cut off yesterday, was I'm curious what kind of reaction that match would have got with a crowd, because it wasn't EC3 versus Jay Briscoe and they're trying to pin each other. It was Jay Briscoe trying to pin EC3 and EC3 just trying to get the respect of Jay Briscoe. So he wasn't really, I don't even think he went for any kind of submissions or pins. Which, like, his character is very interesting. EC3's character isn't about wins anymore. It's just about different goals, different untraditional, unorthodox goals in pro wrestling. He wanted to get the most out of Moose in Impact, and I would say he did that, and then Impact kind of like ruined that angle after EC3 was done with it, and then Moose finally got his shot, and then Moose lost to Rich Swann, which kind of is like, so in a way EC3 lost because he didn't get enough out of Moose for him to win the world title. Like, he needs to have been champion a while ago. Anywho. So yeah, that match was good, but it was kind of weird, and I would just love to hear the reaction. Those other matches, they were good. They were Ring of Honor-ish. There were some pure matches, some swerves. It was weird without a crowd because so many promotions now have crowds, or they're like Impact, they pump in the sound And they do a pretty good job with it, except for, you're reminded by the fact there is no crowd when you see that there's no crowd. Let me see, other matches from the show. This would have been easier yesterday when everything was fresh in my head. Mark Briscoe versus Flip was good. I mean, not good, not great. Thinking any of the matches were great, other than a few of them would be an overstatement. The world title match, that was really good. The thing after the world title match was good. Something felt weird about Dragon Lee being replaced. Kinda had like a weird taste in my mouth. And maybe that's just disappointment that he had to get the eardrum surgery and couldn't wrestle. But hopefully he'll be back soon, and the whole Ring of Honor's LIJ versus the Foundation versus Spoiler alert, Brody King's new faction, which I'll get to in a second. Maybe that'll be a thing. But anyway, let me touch, and I'm going until I get cut off again, which will probably be like 15-minute mark. Brody King's new faction gives me a very big feel like Marty Scurll's Villain Enterprise felt when it first debuted. It was like, I just feel like there's a random group of guys, and I wasn't feeling it at first. And eventually, I loved Villain Enterprises. And then Marty did something. Alright, let's touch on Marty real quick. From what I understand, what he did was not illegal, but just kind of scummy, maybe, depending on what he knew. Because, it could have been illegal if he knew this girl was underage for drinking. So from what I understand, for those who don't know, Marty Scurll ended up sleeping with what we would consider underage girl, but I believe where that happened, it was legal, but she was drunk, and drinking wise, she was underage too. Alright, well, she wasn't underage for sex for where they were at. I don't know if that was the UK or wherever. And I could be wrong, so go double check this for yourself. We pretty much banged a girl who was drunk, who wasn't old enough to drink. And the question is, did he know her age? Did he get her drinks and know her age? Was he like, oh, here's this chick, and I'm drunk too, and boody boppity boo, because there are those times where two people are out and one person doesn't realize the other person is underage, and like people can knock, there's sometimes when that's obvious, and there's other times like, are you supposed to check for ID? Like, seriously, I'm kind of curious about that. I only meet people on online dating, so if I ever get catfished with an underage chick, which would be highly unlikely, I at least have evidence that I thought they were a certain age. No plans on getting with anyone under really 22. I gotta know what these chicks are like after drinking for a year. Anyway, this kind of went off tangent. Hopefully I don't get canceled for that stuff. Hopefully I don't get canceled for making a cancel joke. Relax, people. Anyway, so all in all, the Ring of Honor pay-per-view was pretty good. I just had a problem with the pure match, and there was other matches that were like meh, other matches that were good, and then there were a couple that were really, really good. And then NWA, I'll try to check that out. Keep your eye out for Wednesday Wrestling, where we prepare to start doing rankings of wrestling for the wrestling year, which is from the day after WrestleMania to WrestleMania. Actually, it's like, apparently, from last year, it's as soon as WrestleMania ends till the end of the next WrestleMania, because Drew McIntyre defended his world title after WrestleMania ended, and we counted that as a Monday, or as the first match of the year, even though it wasn't aired until the day after Mania. So yeah, and we're also taking nominees for Male Wrestler of the Year, Female Wrestler of the Year. If you have a lesser seen wrestling match from this past year that you think is better than Ilya Dragunov and Walter, let us know. If you haven't seen that, go check it out on NXT. You can check that out on WWE and watch the match with Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Shawn Michaels, Killian Dane. There might have been some other people, but they put that match on YouTube to be watched with commentary from all these other people. If you find a match better than that one this year, from last WrestleMania till this one, and granted, any match, in WrestleMania could beat that possibly. Or NXT TakeOver, Stand and Deliver Night 1 or 2, or Hardcore Justice, which is at 3 p.m., before WrestleMania starts. Anything else before Mania could slide into our number one. But yeah, if you have a match you think we should look at, let us know. Also give us nominees for, like I said, Best Male Wrestler, Best Female Wrestler, Best Tag Team, Trio, whatever. Also, like, subscribe, turn notifications, follow, all that other stuff. That's the Sea Dog. I'm out.